Hi and welcome back. Today's going to be a short one. We're going to do a little bit of a meal prep. There is some family things that are developing at this time, and I just need to get things ready. There in about 2 weeks, I will not be filming, but I do have some shorts that have elongated versions of them that I'm going to go ahead and make it like a montage while I'm gone and while I am dealing with some things. So today is going to be meal prep day for Grandpa. I am going to make him some ham and beans, country style ham and beans. And he already has that lasagna we had before that's sitting in the freezer. So that way, if he wants the lasagna, he can just stick it in the oven. And I've already given him instructions on how to do that, hopefully without burning the house down. So let's get started. If you notice, a lot of what I'm going to be putting in here is either cut up and frozen or jarred. Tomato sauce, beef stock, that, just flavoring. I've got chopped up ham, celery. I've got the triad. I've got celery, onions, and peppers. First, I'm going to add some okra because it's almost okra season, and hopefully we'll be able to grow a lot more okra this year. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put in our triad. Here's celery. Okay, I'm adding some poblano peppers to this. I didn't have time to go to the store to get green peppers, but this will add a little bit of extra flavor. Let's go ahead and cut up this onion. Now what you can do is serve this with rice or potatoes, whatever your preference is. You can add a lot more vegetables to this too. This is just what I have. I do not have time to go to the store to purchase any more food right now. Now you don't want these too small or else they'll deteriorate. But you don't want them too chunky either. So about 1/4 to 1/2 inch square. One thing this has is it actually has a feature to where you can turn this on and fry this first before before you pressure can it or pressure cook it. So we're going to turn that on. Add some of our herbs. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put in some, let's see, some bay leaves. I'm going to add 2. I'm going to add some basil. Okay, some ground cumin, maybe a 1/2 teaspoon. Definitely some paprika. Yet again, about a 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, and since I don't have any dried oregano, I'm going to add a whole sprig of fresh oregano out of my front yard. Now, I will be visiting family in about 2 weeks. Let me get this light out of the way. Hopefully that's out of the way. If it's going to be any sooner, I'll let you know. So if you're in the San Francisco area, or from the San Francisco area, that's where I'm going to be. Anybody who knows me knows exactly where I'm going. So I do apologize if this is a short and sweet video. Okay, obviously you want to add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to add about maybe a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper. And you kind of want to brown this a little bit. Okay, so after the vegetables are kind of halfway cooked, you want to add the ham. There we go. And this is just leftover ham from like holidays and stuff like that. Doesn't have to be fresh ham. Okay, now 2 cups of beef stock. For every 2 cups, you're going to add 1 cup of beans. Okay, so it's a 2-to-1 ratio, because the beans are going to soak up everything, including the moisture that is coming from the ham and the vegetables that you were putting in here. I'm going to add about half a tablespoon of garlic, because you know, garlic. Okay, 1 jelly jar of spaghetti sauce. Some people say to put tomato sauce in here. Some people say it's sacrilegious. To each to his own. And then the okra. The reason why you want to add the okra later on in the cooking is because it is a delicate vegetable. It'll still keep up with pressure cooking. Okra will keep up with pressure cooking. Okay, it just doesn't take as long as celery or onions to cook. Add 1 tablespoon of the beef bouillon. I feel like I'm forgetting something. You want to add a pinch of mace to this. Gives it a little bit more of an umami flavor. Just a pinch. And I'm going to add a little bit of curry powder to this too, because this is supposed to be a little bit spicy. And to this we're adding 1 cup of beans. Normally, ham and beans is usually red beans, kind of like red beans and rice. But I don't have any. So we're going to be using Mayokopa beans. Now, once this is done, don't be alarmed if it's still a little bit running. Because we added more moisture in here than the beans could soak up. We could always thicken that up with a cornstarch slurry. We can make a roux and add to it with flour and butter. Or if you're keto, go ahead and add a pinch of the gar gum that you see me using all the time. This is not exactly keto friendly because of all the vegetables. Okay, but portion sizes are going to be your friend. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, put the lid on, and we're going to go ahead and start with, there's a bean setting on here. And then once this is done, we'll go ahead and check on it and see if it needs any more time. All right, so now that the beans are done, let's go ahead and get the rice done. Okay, so for every 1 cup of white rice, we're going to go ahead and add 2 cups of water. If you want to, you can add a pinch of salt. Just a pinch. And you want to bring that up to a boil. You bring that up to a boil, and then we're going to take it off the heat and let this rest for about 20 minutes. Okay, now that this is boiling, we want to turn this off and let it sit. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and add the rice. Just a little bit. About that much. Okay, and here's the beans, all nice and done. Go ahead and add that to the dish. I'm going to continue on plating this and then putting some in the freezer. About that much. One thing I do like about this recipe is that it tastes just like baked beans. You have the tomatoes and celery and onions and garlic and the smokiness from the ham. All of it mingles together to the point to where it actually tastes kind of like a spicy baked bean. I like it. Grandpa likes it. And it is a family favorite. You serve this with rice, or you can serve this with mashed potatoes. Either way, it is a full meal. And I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of these off, put them in the freezer so that way Grandpa has freezer meals whenever I'm gone. Now, I'm not going to leave for about another 2 weeks. Next week is game night. I do have a dessert in mind that I'm going to go ahead and bring. Now, keep it in mind, this dessert I am not going to have any of. Okay, this is for everybody else at the table. But I'm going to show you how to make it. Okay, let's spoil the surprise. Dr. Pepper, chocolate, cream cake. And I hope you are able to join with me next week, unless I have to leave a little bit earlier. So there is always that. I will get to it. While I'm gone, I'll go ahead and put together a couple of compilations of the long versions of my shorts, because I know with these shorts you only get 60 seconds. My long versions are like 5-6 minutes long. There's a lot more detail into those, and I'm hoping that whenever I have them out, you'll understand the shorts a little bit better. So I hope you enjoy. We'll see you next time. Have a good day.